you really knew you were in a shed, whereas I think that has been lost slightly for the better. Hello, my name is Charlie. We are in Wingnut Wines, which is a wine bar that I set up 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. I lived in Madrid for a while, which is where I got into natural wine, actually at a bar about this size. And I think when I moved back to London, I started working with importers. What frustrated me about London, the London natural wine scene, in comparison to Europe, is that a lot of hospitality have direct relationships with the growers. And so you get a lot more variety, you get lists that are super fluid, whereas in London, they tend to be really set wine lists from big importers, a few big importers basically, and the wine lists were all the same. So I set up Wingnut Wines with the idea of buying really small quantities of things and keeping it super dynamic, so it changes every week. There's always something new to drink. I think kind of what I want, or we want, when someone comes into Wingnut is, rather than being like, I tried this really nice wine last week, where is it? I want another bottle of it. We want someone to come in and say, I tried this nice wine, what else have you got that's similar? Let's try something new. When I saw the space, when there was nothing in here, I was like, it's too small even for a very small wine bar. But then me and this guy built it. He did all the building. I did most of the standing. I built the chairs. I did the chairs. Yeah, they're not actually these ones. These are new chairs. The chairs all broke. But the original chairs, yeah. You really knew you were in a shed, whereas I think that has been lost slightly for the better. But yeah, and then I think it kind of just had its own life where actually it's exactly what I wanted it to be, and what the bar that I kind of grew up in a wine sense, that really small, very intimate, and something that I think you don't really have in London that you do have in a lot of European countries, is where people come in different groups and then they start talking, and actually everyone, no matter how many people are in here, the whole bar is kind of, everyone's joining in the party rather than it being kind of little separate groups.